When we say learning at age 2 or 3, most of us think of the wrong things. We think of our toddlers counting to 20 or knowing their ABCs, and maybe even flashcards or phonics. And when that's the picture in your head, it can quietly feel like nothing much is really happening. Here's the thing, that image didn't come from thin air. When we think about learning, we're naturally inclined to think about school. So it makes sense that we try to map school-based ideas to toddlerhood. But toddler learning doesn't look like school, and that's where the gap opens up between what we expect learning to look like and what it actually looks like for a 2 or a 3-year-old. The tricky thing about learning at this age is that the most important parts are the least visible. Toddler learning is really about laying the foundations for later learning, and a lot of that work isn't immediately visible. At this age, children are building things like attention span, self-control, and creative thinking long before those skills show up in ways that we can actually measure or point to. From the outside, it often looks like fun and games, and this is where play can be easy to underestimate. Play gives toddlers the space to explore ideas, abandon them, return to them, and repeat them, which is exactly how understanding slowly deepens at this age. From the outside, this can look a little bit messy, scattered, and maybe even chaotic. Toys get dumped, the same actions get repeated, things are started and then left behind. But that repetition and messiness is often part of the learning process itself. It's how toddlers integrate new ideas internally. What can look like chaos on the surface is often quiet, meaningful work underneath. So if you find yourself worrying that your toddler isn't doing enough learning because they're not working on their ABCs and they're not using flashcards and worksheets, it's worth just pausing and understanding where that expectation comes from. Those are school-based ideas of learning, and they don't really fit with toddlerhood. At this stage, learning is meant to happen through play, through exploration, through repetition, through experimentation, long before it shows up in academics. So when toddlers are given the time and space to play, they're not missing out. They're doing the type of learning that this stage is meant for.